A quiet revolution is unfolding in international education. Thousands of young Iranians are making a surprising choice. They're skipping the West and heading to Manila. This is the story of a new generation. Future doctors, engineers, and scientists choosing the Philippines to build their dreams. For decades, the path for ambitious Middle Eastern students led to North America or Europe, but that path is now blocked by visa hurdles, high costs, and political barriers. Iranian families are looking east, discovering the Philippines' high-quality English-language education at a fraction of the cost. Over the past decade, the number of Iranian students in the Philippines has soared. They're enrolling in top universities, pursuing demanding degrees in medicine, dentistry, and engineering. These are not students taking the easy route. They're pioneers, charting a new course. Their success is sending a message back home. There's another way. This migration is more than academic. It's a human story of courage and ambition. Young people are leaving everything behind, navigating a new culture and language. They face homesickness and daily challenges, but also discover something profound. They're finding not just an education, but a second home. They're building bridges between two cultures that once seemed worlds apart. The Philippines is no longer just a destination, it's a promise of opportunity. For these students, Manila is more than a city. It's a launching pad for their dreams. This is a story of resilience, hope, and the search for a better future. The journey east is changing lives and connecting nations in unexpected ways. The revolution is quiet, but its impact is loud and lasting. For Iranian families, sending a child abroad is a monumental decision. Years of saving, planning, and sacrifice. The West once promised prestige and opportunity, but now, it's out of reach for many. Visa restrictions, political tensions, and skyrocketing costs have closed doors. A single year at a Western university can cost more than a family's life savings. Families are asking, is the prestige worth the financial and emotional toll? Increasingly, the answer is no. Enter the Philippines' strong universities, global recognition, and English as the medium of instruction. Students can dive straight into their studies, no need to learn a new language first. Tuition and living costs are a fraction of those in the West. A family's savings can cover an entire degree, not just a semester. The Philippines makes international education accessible, not just aspirational. It's a pragmatic choice that leads to unexpected rewards. For many, it's the smartest path forward. Farhad, 19 and determined, dreamed of becoming a dentist. His family poured their hopes and savings into a Canadian university application, only to be met with rejection. The blow was crushing, but his father refused to give up. One evening, he showed Farhad a university in Manila. The Philippines. Farhad was skeptical, but his father insisted, "This is a real opportunity." With a mix of doubt and hope, Farhad packed his bags. Warm clothes for a tropical climate, Farsi books for comfort. Saying goodbye at the airport was the hardest moment of his life. The flight to Manila was long and turbulent, mirroring his emotions. As the plane descended over the city's lights, doubt crept in. Was this a mistake? But as the wheels touched down, Farhad took a deep breath. He was stepping into the unknown, armed only with his father's faith and his own determination. The city was vast, foreign, and overwhelming, but this was his leap of faith. Now, he had to find a way to land on his feet. The journey had begun, not just to a new country, but to a new version of himself. He was no longer just a boy from Tehran. He was a pioneer. Manila was waiting, and so was his future. The next chapter would test everything he thought he knew, but Farhad was ready to try. Sometimes, the right path is the one you never expected to take. Farhad's first weeks in Manila were overwhelming. The humidity, the chaos, the unfamiliar food, everything was different. Homesickness hit hard. Video calls with family became his lifeline. He missed the taste of home, the comfort of familiar routines, even simple tasks. Buying groceries, navigating transport felt daunting. He watched Filipino students laugh together, feeling like an outsider. Cultural differences were everywhere. Strangers smiled, classmates greeted him warmly, and time was flexible. Adapting meant more than learning a language. It meant learning a new rhythm of life. But small acts of kindness, a security guard's greeting, a cafeteria worker's help, a professor's support, became lifelines. These gestures cracked the wall of his isolation. Slowly, Farhad realized that beneath the differences was a shared humanity. He wasn't at home yet, but he was no longer adrift. One kind gesture at a time, he was finding his footing. Farhad's turning point came in a crowded hallway, struggling with heavy textbooks. Two classmates, Marco and Bia, stopped to help. No hesitation, just kindness. That moment sparked a friendship and an invitation to their study group. Farhad worried about his English, but Marco and Bia were patient, supportive, and treated him as a teammate. They introduced him to their favorite coffee shop, making him feel included for the first time. The support extended beyond campus. Marco's family welcomed him for Sunday lunch, treating him like one of their own. Laughter, shared meals, and genuine curiosity eased his homesickness. When Farhad was sick, Bea brought soup. When he was short on cash, Marco helped without question. These everyday acts of compassion became his anchor. He learned the Filipino concept of kapwa, seeing oneself in the other, was real and lived. Kindness wasn't transactional, it was a way of life. Strangers became his lifeline, rooting him in his new home. In Manila, Farhad found a family he never expected. As Farhad's confidence grew, so did his sense of belonging. The dental program was tough, but professors were mentors, classmates, collaborators. Farhad excelled in lab work. His friends helped him master patient care. The Iranian student community became a second family, mentoring newcomers, celebrating Nowruz, sharing advice. Farhad stepped up, guiding new arrivals through the same fears he once faced. When a typhoon struck, students united for relief efforts. Farhad and his friends joined Filipino classmates, packing donations and raising funds. Giving back deepened his sense of belonging. He was no longer just a foreign student, he was part of the community. Community, he learned, wasn't about nationality, but shared responsibility. Helping others was the truest way to say thank you. In Manila, Farhad found purpose beyond the classroom. Over the years, Farhad's life in Manila became a blend of cultures. His apartment mixed Persian rugs with Filipino novels. His kitchen smelled of both saffron and garlic. He cooked adobo for friends and taught them to make tadig. English flowed easily, peppered with Tagalog phrases. He celebrated Christmas and Yalda night, sharing traditions with friends. Together, Iranian and Filipino students started a cultural exchange club, poetry nights, food festivals, dance workshops. These events broke down stereotypes and built genuine curiosity. Farhad realized he hadn't lost his Iranian identity, he'd expanded it. Home was now both Tehran and Manila, family and friends from both worlds. In this fusion, he found a new, richer sense of belonging. As graduation neared, Farhad reflected on his journey. He arrived in Manila as a skeptical teenager, wounded by rejection. He was leaving as a confident dentist, but his greatest achievement wasn't his degree. The Philippines had taught him resilience, not just in academics, but in life. He learned to face loneliness, adapt, and grow. Success was no longer about prestige, but about relationships, kindness, and community. True wealth, he realized, was measured in friendships. His Filipino friends had learned about Iran. He had learned about the Philippines. Together, they built a bridge of understanding. One meal, one conversation, one act of kindness at a time. Farhad's journey was shared, and everyone was changed by it. The real success was connection, not just accomplishment. He had become more than a student. He was a bridge builder. This was the transformation that mattered most. Farhad's story is now echoed by thousands of Iranian students across the Philippines. They are more than visitors, they are informal ambassadors, forging deep bonds between two nations. When they return home, they carry not just degrees but stories of kindness and understanding. This migration is building a powerful bridge, founded on education, strengthened by friendship. In a divided world, these connections are a beacon of hope. The impact is felt in both countries. New skills, new perspectives, and a richer, more global community. Filipino campuses are more diverse. Iranian professionals return home with open minds. The journey east is redefining home and opportunity. These students are not just building careers, they're building a more compassionate, interconnected world. Their legacy is one of connection, understanding, and enduring friendship.